So, there's this whole old school, new school thing that always happens. When writing was first invented, Plato, either Plato or Aristotle, I believe it was Plato, was like, this is going to be the end of knowledge and wisdom. Are you kidding me? You're going to write down a thought. It's going to be different from the one that you had in your brain. And then you're going to read it, which is 2 iterations away from the thought you originally had in your brain. And so then it's just going to be horrible. And so when writing first began as a technology, the elite of its time were like really against it. And now we think of literacy as a human right. Everyone deserves to be able to read and write. Well, the new literacy is technology. In particular, high tech or communications technology. And when we have any sort of pivot with technology, there's this, it's going to save humanity, and then it's going to kill humanity. Like the same 3-5 people will always come up and have these same sort of similar arguments through time. And now with activism, we have the old school and the new school. Old school, civil rights movement. New school, Black Lives Matter. And in 2010, Malcolm Gladwell wrote a piece that the revolution will not be tweeted. And this is from Gil Scott, thank you, who did The Revolution Will Not Be Televised. But you know what? When people saw the host and the dog and all the people that were in the streets, that kind of made a difference. And I also feel like with Arab Spring and with Black Lives Matter, Twitter made a difference.
Yeah.
And so my perspective is there are people who are making value judgments based on a binary system of it's either or, better or worse. And instead, these are tools. Technology is simply a tool that helps you solve a problem. So some tools are better than others, depending on the context, right? And so Malcolm Gladwell argues that if we had Wikipedia at the time of the civil rights movement, it wouldn't help. At that time, there were strong ties through the church that really helped disseminate information, keep people invested in the situation past when it got difficult, to keep them out in the streets, to keep them off the bus when that was their way to get to work, and whatnot. And there are weak ties because of social media. You can get a lot of people, but when stuff goes down, they're going to be weakly tied to what's going on, and so they're going to bail and this, that, or the other. And I think that's a flawed way of looking at what's happening, and it's a lost opportunity, honestly, to celebrate what's happening, to figure out, yes, where there are issues, but to figure that out in an effort to improve them, and to not to discount the movement or discourage people from moving in that direction. So, old school activism, new school activism, you have 1 minute. 140 characters, 2 or 3 sentences, go. All right. Safe space. New voices. What do you have?
Old school versus new school, what difference does it make? Discrimination is discrimination.
Nice. Thank you. Yes.
Social media is a powerful communications tool for social justice, but ultimately it's the truth we tell and the relationships we build that change the world.
Nice. One more. Thank you. Yes.
The revolution will be tweeted because it is a revolution that speaks to the tweeters.
Ooh. Look, I got some chills on that one, y'all. Hey.
That was good.
Right? Thank you. Thank you all for speaking up and saying that. Thank you.
Did you tweet that? Because if that comes up on
Seriously. If you didn't tweet that, please tweet that.
She doesn't have it, but if it,
Okay.
See how that's happening? I love that that's happening. Beautiful. And then you get yourself a Twitter account, and then we'll help you figure that out as well. I want to point out one thing before we move past this image.